Hey, Beth, are you there?
Hey, Alonzo, we're here.
Okay, great. Should I make Danny a producer also?
Oh, Danny's already a producer.
Oh, okay. Already done?
Yep.
Cool. How you doing, Danny? Guess he's busy.
I think he's just muted.
Oh, okay. It's funny how people applauded when the music stopped.
Hey, can you hear me now, Alonzo?
I got you now, Danny.
Okay, great. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Welcome to the party.
Thanks a lot.
All right. So, yeah, Beth, we're still having the problem with Facebook.
That's all right. At least we've got you on YouTube.
And have you checked? It should be on YouTube. My thing showed that it is streaming, so we should be
Cool.
good.
We'll double check right now.
All right.
Yep, you are good to go.
All right. Well, we got 2 minutes before I start ranting and raving and whining and whatever else. I got an audience. My friend Julian's behind me. He can't log on because he's not on social media, which is a whole nother story. But he's hanging out. Hulk is down here on the floor having a chew. So I think the store's open. We're ready to go.
Awesome.
Still doing the Feliz Navidad thing? Yes. From my family.
All right, Beth, what do you think? Showtime?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let me turn off this noisemaker. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the SoapBox. This is Alonzo Bodden. And as you know, this is your show. You got 2-3 minutes. You can rant, rave, bitch, moan, complain. You can even like something, even though I know that will be in the minority. But you are welcome. Thanks all the regulars who have come back in. Hopefully we got some new people with some new rants and raves. Well, it's my soapbox, right? So let me get it let me get it started right away. The first thing that I want to talk about, I planned this to be the Christmas rants, and it will be Christmas rants. But first, let's talk about what's going on with the elections, with the news, with the I have a big problem with this voting rights issue and the Republican Party. As you may or may not know, and whether or not you agree, the Republicans will do anything to win an election except have an election. They don't want you to vote. Right now, Mitch McConnell is bitching about voting rights laws. He says that the Democrats are pushing voting rights laws because Republicans are in the lead. Think about that. Think about that. Like the worst thing we could do is have more people voting. We've got the lead right now. Can we do more to change these state laws and this gerrymandering and these stupid maps and whatever else we could do to stop people from voting? Can we stop them all from voting right now so we could win? That is their plan. It is annoying. It is ridiculous. Who am I ranting to? I don't even know. I think my problem is the media, because I'm no genius. All right, I'm some say above average intelligence, and others say other things. You could check Twitter for that. But if I understand the bullshit going on, the reporters have to. When he says something like that, like we're winning so they don't want voter rights, isn't there some reporter that could just raise their hand and be like, what are you, crazy? The problem is more people voting. This is America. You're supposed to let people vote. I don't know. I don't know who does that. So start with that. And again, as I say, when you rant, it can be a big one or a small one. Sorry, I got to keep checking behind me. My buddy Julian is here. He's hanging out watching the show, and my dog is in the room, and my dog is climbing all over him because, as you know, I have a Great Dane, and they kind of sit where they want to sit. Right now, Julian is sitting in Hulk's seat, and Hulk's like, move your ass out of my chair. Anyway, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Feliz Navidad, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, even though it's over, Happy Festivus, Happy whatever the hell you celebrate, all right? Because listen, it's all the same, all right? Enough with this ridiculous war on Christmas. Even Fox News can't commit to the war on Christmas anymore. They tried to, but even in the back of their minds, they're like, this bullshit just ain't working, all right? If a homeless guy burns down a Christmas tree in front of Fox News' building, good on him, but he's just a homeless guy burning down a building. He's not a secret agent with Antifa, all right? It is not some organized, but it's comical, this war on Christmas. What do you think? Is there a war on Christmas? If someone says to you, Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas, do you see them as the enemy? Are they undermining Christmas in America? Or are they just saying Happy Holidays because it's easier? I don't know. I've never been offended by Happy Holiday. I'll tell you this. I've never given a gift and put Happy Holidays on it and got it back saying, wait, no, it's supposed to say Merry Christmas. I don't want that gift. Yeah, they'll still take it. Put Happy Holidays on the Starbucks card you give them and watch how fast they go to Starbucks. There's no war on Christmas, all right? Let it go. And speaking of gifts, here's another rant. Here's another one I'm tired of. Stop complaining about the commercialization of Christmas. Oh, Christmas has become too commercial. Oh, it's all bad. All right, listen. That ship sailed a long time ago. Okay, that train has left the station. There is no doubt Christmas is a huge commercial holiday. How do I know? Because this year, Black Friday started in September. Did anyone else notice that the Black Friday ads started way too early? Yeah, everyone was making Black Friday sales before there was a Friday. I don't know. So yeah, Christmas is commercial. It's about selling stuff. It's about gifts. There's sales. There are already after Christmas sales going on. I am not kidding. Neiman Marcus sent me an email about their 60% off after Christmas sale, only 10 days before Christmas. All right. It's about selling. And that's okay because you don't have to make that your Christmas. If your Christmas is still about family or visiting people, because we can do that again this year. I'm not talking to you, Texas or Florida. I know you could visit people last year. I'm talking about states where the pandemic was real. You make it what you want to make it. Make it a family holiday. Sit by yourself. Make it a quiet day alone. Make it or buy a ton of gifts, receive a ton of gifts. If you're going to buy gifts, I will shout out to any Toys for Tots program. To me, Christmas is really about kids and kids getting toys. And then if they just play video games now. Those kids are lazy. They don't move. Okay, give them a basketball. Give them a soccer ball. Give them a football. Football's bad. They'll get a concussion. They could probably use a concussion. Slow them down a little. The mom will thank you. I don't know. Give the kids something to run with. Give them a bicycle, whatever. It doesn't have to be an electronic toy, but again, my rant. I think kids should have toys at Christmas. I'm a horrible person. I don't know. Give them something, make it fun. I will shout out another charity that I love and work with. It's called Shoes That Fit. You want to do a nice donation? Shoes That Fit buys sneakers for kids going to school. They are fantastic. Shoesthatfit.org. I work with them all the time. It's great. Get a kid a new pair of sneakers. You just send them some cash. They take care of it. And another gift I give every year to a few special friends, give them a goat. That's right. You can go to Oxfam and you can give a goat to a needy family in the name of a friend. So you just buy someone a goat and they get a card saying, hey, you just bought someone a goat. It's a nice Christmas gift. It's okay to give gifts at Christmas time. It does not ruin it. All right. Christmas isn't over. Finally, and this will be my last Christmas rant, and then I hope some of you jump in. Food. Food. All right. If you are a healthy eater and you go to Christmas dinner anywhere, shut up. All right. Nobody wants to hear it. We don't want to hear how bad we're eating. We don't want to hear how we're eating too much. God bless you. If you're vegan or paleo or whatever, if you're sticking to a diet plan, if you're not going to indulge in any sweets, or good for you. Good for you. We're happy. You're not going to drink the eggnog. Good for you. We don't need to hear about it. All right. Don't ruin it for us. It's Christmas. Let us eat our turkey. Let us eat our cranberry sauce. Let us drink our eggnog. Let us eat our cakes and pies and cookies and whatever else. Yes, we're all fat slobs, but that's okay. It's Christmas Day. All right. So yeah, if you're vegan, just have some vegetables quietly. It's okay. You're not converting us. Not on Christmas. Save it for New Year's. Save it for New Year's. New Year's Day, you can tell us what we should be doing, and we'll all play along for at least the first 3 days of the year. Then we forget about that. But that'll be another day. We'll do a year-end rant. I'm taking next week off for Christmas, but we'll do a year-end rant. So that's what's going on. We're Christmas ranting, but as I said, you can rant about anything. You stuck in traffic, fire away. All right. You going to the airport? Yeah, I know it's a pain in the ass. Fire away. Talk about it. Whatever you want. This is your show. This is Alonzo Bodden. I'm done ranting. What do you got? Raise a hand. Join in. Got two producers watching my back, Beth and Danny. Thank you guys. Danny, I understand you have a rant, so why don't you start it off? What are you mad about?
Yeah, can you see me okay?
I hear you. I don't see your video. Your video should be started. Here we go. There you are. What's up, Danny?
All right. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Well, let's see. I'll try to keep it positive. It feels like
Oh,
something
not
we
on
need to
this show.
discuss,
Fire
though.
away.
I feel like something we could work on in general is some mask etiquette. And what I mean by that is, a lot of us are participating in wearing masks, as I believe we should be. But I think if you're going to wear a mask and you're going to participate in this, I think there's a little bit of etiquette that also needs to be applied. So, for example, I was in my neighborhood. I saw somebody showing a house, like a realtor. The person got out of their car to go view the house. They saw the person up at the house had their mask on. They put a mask on. And then as they got closer together, it actually quickly changed. They said, do you mind? Can I? And they took one mask came off, then the other came off. Now, regardless of how you feel about that, I think in general, I appreciated that it was discussed. They walked into the scenario both wearing masks, as I believe you should, right out the gate, and then field it out, see the level of comfort there. And then, again, etiquette, I think, just goes a long way.
All right. So that's it. So before you unmask, ask the other person. That's what you're saying, Danny?
Yeah, I think it's like starting off on a good foot. If you're wearing that mask, then, and if you feel more comfortable, like you can take it off. If you don't need it, you're outside, just broach the subject. We're all adults. If you're not an adult, then you can handle it differently. But I think just communication, it's just all about showing a little etiquette to others and just that effort. I feel like, because on the other spectrum, there's people who look at you like you're crazy for wearing a mask. Somebody looks at me like I'm irrational or fearful or insecure or scared because I'm participating in what is recommended. So I think that's where I get frustrated. But I'm a big fan of communication. I think that's what it comes down to.
Well, I like it, Danny. I like the rant. Now, you said one thing. You said we're all adults. So obviously, Danny, you're a man who doesn't read the news ever. Okay, you must not be looking at what's going on because we're all adults. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're having temper tantrums in stores. As a matter of fact, I was reading, and it's hilarious to me how badass the anti-vaxxers, the anti-mask people are. Here in LA, they stormed a cheesecake factory. Yeah, that was their big protest. 20 of them decided they were going to go to the cheesecake factory because, where else do revolutions start, right? Amongst a big menu and good cheesecake. You're right, Danny. It would be nice if people just check, look at it like clothes, right? You don't take off your clothes without asking the other person first. You're like, could I take? Some people do, but that would be a Me Too rant. That's another show. We'll get to that later. Love it. Love it. Mask etiquette. We'll try it. Here in California, they're going back to masks being required indoors, which it's always tougher to do that, right? Once people have had the freedom. And here's another thing I'm going to put on the rant, and this is tagging what you said about us all being adults. Put the mask over your mouth and nose, all right? Don't put the mask under your chin. There's nothing dumber to me than when I see these people. It's usually men, grown men. They put the mask under it's like, what are you, a 6-year-old proving you can break the rules? Grow the hell up and put the mask on, all right? Just go for it. Thank you, Danny, for jumping in right off the bat.
Absolutely.
Anybody else?
Thanks for having
Who
me.
else got something to rant about here? We're looking at the audience. Beth, help me look. I can't see everybody. So we have a bunch of satisfied people this week. That is very nice. It's going into Christmas. Nobody's upset about anything. We're going to do a 10-minute show and wrap this thing up right now because nobody has anything to rant about. Somehow I find that hard to believe. And there it is. Lou's got a problem. What's up, Lou?
Hello, what's up? Thank you for allowing me to get on your soapbox here.
Absolutely. I'm going to
You sent me
throw
a
your video mode right there. You're welcome to join.
I'm going to stay with voice if that's all right.
Absolutely. Whatever you're comfortable with.
So I want to rant about, this isn't holiday related necessarily, but recently I've gotten into using Fireside, and I really love the idea of being able to take these shows and put them into a podcast. So I'm modestly trying to do my own podcast, and I find out that I need this program or this site named Libsyn, and they had a cool little button where you just pressed it and it jumped over there. And I'm going with my 3 episodes, and then I haven't done one for a couple of weeks. I come back, and all of a sudden that convenient little process of being able to jump from one to another is gone. And so I'm trying to find help, and it's so hard. I know that there's this one little form you can fill out and give feedback. I know there's a option to get a creative meeting that you have to answer like 100 questions, and it's not really formatted for somebody to say, hey, I just need help with this. I know there's a green room that you can go into and talk to your peers, but I don't ever see anybody in there. And boy, I'm just frustrated. I don't like it when something's easy and then things change and you don't know what to do. And then when you have these places like Fireside that you love, you really don't even want to live without it. But then again, you're kind of like, well, you left me hanging here. What do I do? There's some entities and places that you go that they got all kinds of help. They got somebody, a little bot in the corner asking you if you want help before you look for help. And they have a customer service line and all that. And then other places are kind of like, good luck. That's what I got.
I appreciate that, Lou. And hopefully the Fireside people are in its audience and listening to your problems and will be able to work on this. I know what you mean. I just had a similar problem with Apple. I upgraded to their latest operating system. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. And I lost all the graphics in my email. Like suddenly emails were coming in that I knew there were pictures and graphics attached and they couldn't get them. And I had to go in and find a chat room where they were talking about it and change the settings and this and that. And it is tough, especially for, those of us who are technologically challenged. I give myself a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10 in tech savvy. And the sad thing is what companies have to learn is if you make it difficult, you lose participants. Okay. People try, but if they can't get it to work, unfortunately, they're probably going to leave. So I hope the people from Fireside are here and listening to you and able to help you with the problems you're having, getting it from Fireside to a podcast. We are right now simulcasting on YouTube, and that's working okay. But I'm having a problem simulcasting on Facebook because Facebook doesn't even know what it's called anymore. They don't know if it's Facebook or Mesa or Meta or whatever the hell it is. Whatever it is, they're not letting me connect. They keep asking me to sign in. And I know that problem is on the Facebook end, not on the Fireside end. And I know Facebook has much bigger problems than me, with the government and so on. So Lou, thank you. I wish you the best of luck. I hope you get it worked out and that your Fireside chats and your Fireside show is a big success. Thanks for dropping in, my friend. Who else has a rant? Who else has got a problem? Anybody throw up a request? We're standing here. We got time. Jen, your avatar is a pie. I love that. I love seeing a pie. It's Christmas time. And I don't know what that is. If that's key lime, it's one of my favorites. And welcome.
It's actually I invented it. It's mashed potatoes in a scalloped potato crust.
Wow. Wow. So you fooled us. We thought we were getting pie and we got potatoes. Kids must not like you, Jen.
It was cruel. It was cruel to do. I'm enjoying my ramen noodles listening to your show. I'm just about to do some holiday travel. And I have a rant in advance of my holiday travel.
We'll take that.
Can I share that? Okay. When you get off the airplane, the little bing goes. Everybody knows it's time to get up. You start to stretch a little bit. Your suitcase is in front of you. Maybe it's behind you, which is the worst. When I stand up, when it's appropriate to stand up, because you don't want to stand up too soon. If you don't have to, it's annoying to other people. They're like breathing on your neck. It's the worst thing you can be doing. When I stand up and I'm ready to exit the aisle and somebody behind me tries to get in front of me, leaving the airplane, tell me what I'm missing. Is it a cultural thing? Like, is there a world where it's like, this isn't actually how we get off airplanes in some parts of the world. And so that's okay with me, I suppose. But what's the disconnect? Because nothing sets me off more. Also, I recognize that I'm about to leave an aluminum tube that I've been in for the last 5 hours, and I'm especially anxious at that moment. But what is that people, and this is also okay. I will couch it here. If you're behind me and you're like, I'm so sorry, I have to make a connection. Can I get in front of you? Absolutely. Absolutely. That is okay. But the people that are going to get out of the exit or get out of their row and try to exit before you, nothing gets me madder. Nothing gets me madder.
Jen, I am laughing because not only do I agree with you, everyone does. Everyone does. I actually read an article about I always, I travel a lot and I always read these things about aircraft and travel and so on. The number one complaint, and they say the worst thing you can do, you're the worst person in the world when you try to exit before your row. In other words, you're in row 25, someone else is in row 23, and you somehow think you need to save the world by pushing up those 2 rows and getting ahead. People can't stand it. Flight attendants can't stand it or whatever. Sometimes if a flight's late, hey, American Airlines, and you have a close connection, they'll say, hey, can you just wait and let a few people get off the plane? They're trying to make a quick connection. And I've even seen that happen. But here's the problem, Jen, and I do not understand it. The worst human behavior takes place in airports and on airplanes. I don't know what happens to people when they walk in and they're like, hey, I'm going to just act like an animal that wasn't raised by humans. Yes, you're right. There's nothing worse than trying to push ahead. And when I say nothing worse, and this is from flight attendants, we're talking about the barefoot flyers. Okay, cover up your hoof. But they're like, no, it's worse if you try to push ahead. They're handling the mask people pretty good. They turn them over to the authorities, and the FAA fines them in 5 figures. And they're like, oh, I should have wore a mask. I don't have $20,000 for my little tantrum. I love that. But you're right. You're an asshole if you try to push ahead. The funny thing to me about that bong when the plane, we're all trained like Pavlov's dogs. As soon as we hear that, we get out of our seat. They could do that mid-flight. Just send that sound and watch everybody get up and go for their overhead bag and like, we still have 3 hours of flying. We were just testing you. Jen, you are absolutely right. Good luck with that. I am sorry, but human behavior just becomes awful.
It makes me worried about space travel. Like we're maybe just not even evolved enough to be able to fly.
Oh, Jen, we're not going to outer space. Come on, Jen. We're not. They let a few billion. The one thing I believed when they talked about the UFOs last year is that the UFOs looked at human behavior and left. Said, nah, we're going to give them another 1,000 years.
Right? So, like, is it the Fermi paradox, right? That it's like, if it's so big, where are they? Yeah. I really think that if there's intelligent life, they know that we're not ready yet. And
we're not.
I think if we all acted a little bit better on the airplane, we would get at least a C+ this year.
We're still a D, and I'm generous in giving us a D. We're closer to an F. There's some nights. Listen, most people try, but that's the thing. We're in a closed environment. It doesn't take many to ruin the flight for everybody. So good luck to the flight attendants because they have to deal with those idiots, and good luck to you. And just
I'll be on my best behavior. Thanks for the words of encouragement.
I'm a frequent traveler. And if the one time I don't like traveling is holidays. I've lost my parents, but when my parents were alive, they knew I wasn't coming home Thanksgiving or Christmas because it was 2 weeks I could take off from the airport and let the amateurs fight it out.
It's amateur hour. I actually have a friend whose family celebrates Thanksgiving on the Friday after Thanksgiving, and then they travel on Thursday. And I thought that was
smart family. Good luck, and stop tricking us with your potato pies.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else? Anybody else got Christmas travel coming up? Not knowing what they're going to do? I live in LA. It's very good. LA airport is completely under construction. Just what you need for holiday travel. They're adding a train. I don't know where it's coming from or where it's going, but they're doing that now. So just adds to the airport traffic because, everyone's relaxed and happy to get on an airplane anyway. Why not make it a little more stressful getting there on time? Any other rants? Anybody else? I love that we have an audience. I hate that they're all satisfied. That's going to be my next rant. People who come to the soapbox with no rants. What's wrong with you people? Everything in your life is perfect? Here we go.
Hi, Alonzo. It's 5.
Hello.
How are you?
I am good. I just invited you to video mode.
Oh, you did? Shoot. I might have rejected it by mistake.
No, it's okay. If you want to, you can video. If you want to just do audio, welcome.
Thank you. Okay. It's a rant, but it's also, I'm really interested in your opinion on this because I didn't know anything about it until like a day or so ago. Cultured meat. This is exactly where it is it's created by extracting a single cell from an animal and then creating that meat in a lab. So that way it prevents needing to, kill animals and destroy the environment to the production of meat. So they've just really started it in Singapore, and now it's becoming something that is going to be a little bit more widespread. And on the one hand, I'm all for let's not kill the animals. Let's figure out ways of just avoiding meat production. Then on the other hand, I'm like, there's no way that's good for you. There's something in the process that has to be questionable. And particularly if you have to use the cell of a living creature, it doesn't eliminate the need for doing something potentially harmful to that animal. So I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I am compelled by the notion of creating some alternatives, because I think we desperately need them for a multitude of reasons. But I do find it curious. I don't know. Have you heard of it? You haven't heard of it.
I haven't heard of it, and my
Okay.
initial reaction is no.
Yeah.
I don't think we're ready for that yet. I'm not that. I believe in science, but I think this is something that we need to develop a lot more. Listen, we have a lot of problems in food production. I understand the cruelty of many meat processing plants and things like that. My friend, it brings to mind a joke. My friend George Wallace, the brilliant comic, said, listen, no chicken has ever died of natural causes. You know something? If you're born a chicken, you lost on the food
That's
chain.
true.
All right. You know why? Because everything eats chickens. Okay. Everything. If the humans don't get you, a fox will, some random thing. The moment even before you're born, they'll eat you as an egg. Huh? How bad is it to be a chicken?
It's kind of
Honestly,
the worst.
you just can't
Yeah.
win. But we need to work on our food production. I do understand that. I don't know that we need to try to grow meat from a single cell in a lab. Like that's taking it too far. I'm almost better with our
Yep.
impossible meats, where it's plant based and they somehow make it look and taste like meat.
Yep.
That seems to me to be a
Beyond Burger
better
is
way. And
delicious.
people, so far that's working. But I don't know that we're going to eat meat that is made from a single cell at this point.
Well, and then here's the thing is like, so McDonald's is getting in the game, and they've been opening, like in Scandinavia, they've been opening McPlants, which is McDonald's locations that are solely plant-based, which again, I love that. But then once you get somebody like a McDonald's in the game that has to produce at a level that's like, for billions of people, you're not necessarily gonna solve for health and or environmental degradation. So I don't know what the answer is, but I am concerned that the road we're going on isn't necessarily the right path.
Well, we'll see how it turns out. I don't know.
Yeah.
And when it comes to McDonald's, God bless McDonald's for trying to make healthy food, but it's not necessarily where you go where you're looking for the healthiest food. They're selling convenience. So,
True.
they do have there's an Impossible Whopper. I don't know if there's
I've had it. It's pretty good.
I don't know that they've stepped that up. I haven't heard anything about that, but I guess they're trying to do better, so we can support that. But I just don't. And I think they have to tell you. I think if they're going to be giving you some meat made in a lab, they got to tell you. Hopefully there's some law, rule, or regulation where that has to be done.
Yeah, hopefully. All right, well, that's my rant.
Well, thank you. And thanks for making us aware of cultured meat.
Yeah, look out for it. Thank you.
All right. Juan is in the house. How you doing, Juan?
I'm great. Oh, yes. All right, turn on video. Let's get it done.
There you go.
I'm so glad that you said that the rant has to be holiday related. My rant is about holiday gifting. And as you said earlier, Christmas is for the children, but I'm torn about gift giving because I have access to money and my own thoughts. So there's like nothing that I would meaningfully want from someone else. And then there's nothing I could get for anyone else. So I have this little chart here. And you can see the way this works is I presume you don't have a very high resolution screen, unfortunately.
No, but I'm looking at your graph. What's going on?
Okay, so basically I have price and then how much I would want something, right? So you got your equivalent line. And then this orange line is, unfortunately, I'm not a billionaire, so I have a finite amount of money. So there's all this stuff that I want that not only can I not afford it, no one I know can afford it. It's
Give me an example, Juan, real quick. Give me one gift you want. Give me something that's on that line.
Over here, I've got a Tesla. It's above the orange line, so I can't even buy it. Over here, I've got AirPods Max, but see, it's outside of this excellent gift-giving zone. That's too much for a person to buy it for me. It's too much for me to buy it for myself. Everything below this red line, I already own. What am I supposed to do?
You got a quality frustration. So here's what you do, Juan. You got to get friends with more money. You got to stop hanging out with poor folks. Get some rich friends. No. Here's the thing about gift giving and money, though. It's all relative. It's all relative, right? To some people, AirPods are very expensive gifts. To other people, they put them in gift bags. Listen, here's what you want to do. Get into the movies, right? Every actor, everyone invited to the Oscars will tell you an Oscar gift bag is worth like $100,000. And they'll all tell you, as soon as I could afford anything I want, they give me everything free. It's the nature of the business. I know people who've gone to those they literally have rooms full of gifts. It's all promotional stuff, and they get iPhones and AirPods and like expensive purses and all kind of stuff like that. Juan, you got a graph. If your friends could do it, that should be a joke. Make that funny. Make the graph amongst the group and say who wants to buy what on what end of what end of the graph they want to be on. Make it a joke. Make it a joke for them. Like, are you buying above the line or below the line? Who's getting something on the line for someone else? Who isn't buying anything on the line? Juan, you may have a friend that you don't know is rich, and there'd be a Tesla in your driveway on Christmas morning. Huh? Wouldn't that be like that Lexus commercial, right? Where the Lexus is in the driveway with a bow on it. Juan, there are people who believe that's going to happen. Let it go, people. No one's buying you a Lexus, all right? No one's wrapping it in a giant bow and leaving it in your driveway. But there's hope. So I guess who am I to ruin hope? Good luck, Juan. I think you should do that, man. I think you should make it a party with your friends. You guys put the graph on a bigger piece of paper up on the screen and say, hey, are you buying me something above the line or below the line? Everyone brings in their own thing. You're going above the line or below the line. Make it fun. And on the side, try to meet some rich friends.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have.
By the way, Juan, just so you know, I have rich friends who don't give me a damn thing. All right, I got friends who are legit millionaires. They have TV shows, movie, and you know what I get from them? Nothing. Not even a card. Sons of bitches. I got no use for them.
Invite you somewhere like
no, nothing. Nothing.
Courtside seats, nothing.
Nothing. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. Legitimate millionaires.
Well, no, $1 million doesn't go as far as it used to. You live in LA. $1 million gets you a modest, a tent? Something like that?
Listen, $1 million ought to get me a gift card. That's all I'm saying.
I could use $1 million gift card. It goes pretty far in the South. Oh.
Yeah, you're in the Carolinas. Yeah. $1 million house there still looks like $1 million house.
Bro, we're friends. You get me a gift.
Okay, Juan, we're going to cut you off right there.
I'm out.
It's about ranting, not begging. Jesus. Who else is out there? Who else has got something? I'm going to go 10 more minutes. And so you got 10 more minutes for your holiday. And it doesn't have to be a holiday-related rant. Anything you want. Remember, it's your soapbox. Whatever you got, you are welcome to get up here and talk about. But Juan brings up an interesting thing, that there's always that awkwardness of what gift you can afford. Here's another awkward moment that a friend of mine is dealing with. You start dating someone in December. What do you do for Christmas? Do you get them a gift? Do you not get them a gift? Do you whatever? Women I date, they expect a gift. They'll meet you on Christmas Eve and be like, well, you better get your ass to the mall. We're friends. But, like he said, I live in LA and that's what we have here. It's all good. I actually like giving gifts, so I'm okay with that. But different people have a different stance on it. And if you don't like giving gifts, maybe you could just let somebody know that. But again, you don't preach. Nobody wants preaching during the holidays. Like I said, is Christmas commercial? Absolutely. Somebody look at Juan's graph and see if you're going to go above or below the line. No rants? Nobody's out there? All right, I'll keep talking. Chris is here. How you doing, Chris?
Oh, yes, sir. Doing good in San Francisco. Thank you for the opportunity to rant, my friend.
Oh, this is great. So, Chris, you're in San Francisco. When Juan talks about expensive, and I'm inviting you to video mode if you'd like. When Juan talks about expensive, tell Juan how much you're paying for gas in San Francisco. Right now, a legitimate gift in San Francisco is 5 gallons of gasoline. That is a very expensive gift.
You know it, sir. I would come on video at any other time, but right now I'm hideous, as they say in that movie, The Elephant Man. Look away, look away.
No worries.
But anyway, gasoline anywhere from $4.50 to $5.25 in San Francisco.
The rest of the country just flinched. They're complaining about like $3.60. That ship sailed last summer for us.
Yeah. The rule of thumb is whatever you're paying in America on average, put $1 on that, and that's what we're paying here any given time.
Yep.
But it's okay because we're all rich here.
What's your rant, Chris? What do you got?
Well, my rant is a rant wrapped within an enigma. I'm a dude playing a dude. Anyway, my rant is I have a certain way to do the dishes. In other words, I have a plan. Like William Shatner, I have a plan. So what I like to do is I like to do the glasses and cups first, then the plates and silverware. I know this sounds very anal, but I have a plan. Then the bowls, bigger at the bottom, up to the top. I build a bowl tower in the suds. And then the Tupperware, the lightweight items I can stack higher, last. My wife, however, who just left the house so I can speak freely. My wife, however, she just throws everything in randomly, helter-skelter, willy-nilly, hither and yon. And I constantly complain about that. She will not correct her ways. That's the rant. My question for you, oh wise one of Fireside. Has she played me for a fool? And has she done it wrong so that I will do it?
All right, Chris, I'm going to jump in here right now by saying I am not a married man, but I have a married consultant behind me. He's been married a long time. Julian, what's the answer on this? Is Chris right or wrong in him loading is it loading the dishwasher or actually washing the dishes, Chris?
No dishwasher here. This is all manual, yeah.
All right, so here, I got my friend Julian sitting here. Julian's been married for 39 years.
40 years come the 27th. Chris, you're absolutely wrong. And your wife is 110% correct.
Gosh, are you saying she's playing me? Is she playing me? Is she making me believe I'm in control?
She is playing you. That's her job. Her job is to put you in a position that you think that you are re-engineering the process of washing dishes. Therefore, you will continue to wash those dishes.
All right.
It's time to man up. Start washing it the way she washed it and says, hey, baby, you can take the lead.
Yeah, there's an idea, Chris. You just start throwing them dishes in there any way you want and see how she feels about it. Now, again, I don't know how that's going to work for you. I think the fact that you have a method, you have established a precedent, and you are going to be washing dishes for a long time to come. But why don't you try what Julian said? She's playing you. She lets you think your system works. She's sitting with her friends. Yeah, he's got a system. The system is his ass washes the dishes. I don't know.
So should I take it to an extreme? And when she gets home today, should I just have my fist rage in the front room and yell, Attica, Attica, Attica? What should I do?
Julian from the background said absolutely not. He says that will cost you a dishwasher. You start yelling Attica, you will be at the local appliance store buying a dishwasher and settling it once and for all. So yeah, the Attica thing, not a good idea. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
You're here to rant because you're not allowed to rant on your own.
Oh my gosh! All right. Well, I'm in San Francisco. This is Chris Rossetti, happily serving a 34 years to life marriage sentence, and I got to get to jiu-jitsu.
Thanks, Chris. Happy holidays, my friend. Thanks for dropping in. All right, we got 3 more minutes of rants. That's enough to get in 2 quick ones. Who's angry? Who's got something? What do you got? We got some laughing. I'm looking at the emojis, by the way. I love the responses. Stephanie, welcome. Let me get your invite up here as quickly as I can. You're invited to video if you'd like, or you can just go audio.
Oh, I'm going to do audio largely because I have a sinus infection and bronchitis and nobody needs to see this face right now. Okay, here's my rant. It's a question. Actually, my rant is a question. Are we ever going to be done with this pandemic? Why can't people just do what we need to do to get out of this pandemic? That's my rant. Do you have any thoughts?
No, it'll never end because, see, the government set the whole thing up. Steffi, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Barack Obama started this in a lab in Wuhan, China. Yep. And the whole thing's fake, so it can't end because it's not real. And the vaccine will make you magnetic, and Bill Gates is tracking you. I think I've covered everything.
I think you did my rant for me. I didn't really even need to be here. That was perfect.
No, the problem is, and I just read another study that it showed that masks work better than social distancing. In other words, if 2 people are wearing masks, they can be at a normal distance talking, and that's still safer than people actually, they even did a study, people 10 feet away not wearing masks, it's safer to be close and wear masks. But we have a large portion of the population endorsed by Fox News and the Republican Party that say somehow wearing a mask means you're un-American and your children will grow up deformed or whatever the hell the thing is this week. The battle against science is what fuels the pandemic. The idea that science has something to do with politics, that all scientists are left wing and out to get you is why the pandemic will not end for about 2 years. Now, I give 2 to 3 years, we'll be done with those anti-vaxxers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So,
of course I do.
I don't know, Stephanie, because, I talk about it all the time. Their arguments aren't even real arguments anymore. They're made up. I don't know if you heard the latest. This is how deep it goes, the anti-science, anti-thinking thing. Alex Jones, that guy, he's saying that Joe Biden had a tornado machine.
Yes.
Joe Biden had a tornado machine and created the tornadoes that tragically killed all those people in Kentucky and the South and the Midwest. Like, to them, they're so sick that, that's horrible, right? All joking aside, people lost their lives, all right? And they're like, no, it's a government conspiracy. And the unfortunate thing is millions of people believe them. The great thing about the internet is information for everybody. The bad thing about the internet is idiots can organize. And that's what we're up against. So thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Alonzo.
I just honestly don't know how we beat that, how this ends. There are other countries that have shown that, scientific measures, masks, vaccines, etc., work. But the minute you bring in another country, people start saying it's un-American and all of that. I don't know.
Okay,
but I tell you this, if we could shoot the virus, we'd be done by now.
Amen. Amen. Alonzo, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Stephanie. Happy holidays. Thanks for dropping in. And right now I'm going to say thanks to everyone for dropping in. And Juan, you want to rant, but we got to wrap it up, my friend. Save it. Don't worry. Gas prices ain't going down. 2 weeks from now, we're going to be doing the New Year's rant. We're taking next week off. All right, we're going to have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays, but I'll come back right before New Year's Eve and we will rant on that day. I'm going to post the time because I'm traveling that day. New Year's weekend, I will be in Indianapolis. Okay, I'll be working Helium Comedy Club in Indianapolis. I will be on a plane on that day, so we'll figure it out. Don't worry, I'll be posting. We're going to rant the week before New Year's. Thank you all for dropping in. Beth, Danny, thanks for co-producing, helping me get this thing right. Thank you to all the participants. Chris, good luck up in San Francisco at washing the dishes, and anyone flying, good luck, and let that person off the plane in the row ahead of you. Happy holidays. All right.